Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Nick from Rise Up Sports, and I'm back with another video today recapping the AFC and NFC Conference Championship games. It's going to be a very short video, but without further ado, let's recap. Okay, so starting out with the Eagles 49ers. This was a boring game, to be honest with you. Not much happened. First of all, Josh Johnson led the team in passing for the 49ers with 74 yards. Brock Purdy, of course, 4 for 4 for 23 yards, got injured on his first drive. I think it was second or third play. I think it was the third play. He tore his UCL, which is a ligament in your elbow. And he's going to miss now 6 months. So that is a long time for him to miss. Unfortunate for him. He's trying to lead this team to a Super Bowl. Couldn't quite do it. I'm not sure that it would have mattered if he was healthy, to be honest, but you never know. McCaffrey had one pass because Josh Johnson ended up getting a concussion and having to leave the game. Brock Purdy had to come back in. He couldn't throw the ball. So they're like, hey, McCaffrey, how about you throw it one time? And it did not go well. He threw it to nobody. So that's that. McCaffrey did have a good game running the ball, though. Had a crazy good run that was their one touchdown of the game. Other than that, you see the receivers, Debo, George Kittle, McCaffrey, Ayuk were the 4 receivers that got a pass. Not much offense going on for the 49ers, but it was just tough. I mean, the Eagles played so well in this game. Jalen Hurts didn't even throw the ball very well. Kenneth Gainwell, Miles Sanders got the job done. They didn't even run the ball particularly well. They just kept running it and were effective when it mattered, like towards the end zone. Like they got into the end zone. And they ran it with a lot of different guys. And penalties was a big thing. The 49ers had some big penalties that hurt them in this game. But, I mean, by the time it was third, fourth quarter, it did not matter. Because realistically, like, the 49ers had no chance to win this game because of the lack of ball movement. They couldn't move the ball at all. They couldn't move the ball down the field. Couldn't run the ball, couldn't throw the ball. McCaffrey did show some good runs, but when McCaffrey was all you had in that game, not going to go too well for you. So, I mean, nothing amazing for the Eagles here. It's just better defense, I guess. 2 really good defensive teams, and as you can see, I mean, up here, Eagles scored in every quarter. They really piled it on the second quarter, and then just kind of didn't let up, and that was kind of that. But not a very entertaining game. The much more entertaining game was the Bengals and Chiefs. Joe Burrow played great, except for his 2 interceptions, but I thought he played pretty well for the game. But obviously, 2 interceptions gonna hurt your team out a lot. Joe Burrow was the leading rusher. Joe Mixon only 8 carries for 19 yards. Not a good game running the ball for Joe Mixon. Samaje Perine had more yards than him. And then T. Higgins and Samaje Perine is a good running back, but I mean, Joe Mixon, you have to do better. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd were obviously the 3 guys that Joe Burrow went to for receivers. But it was really just an okay game, I guess. I shouldn't have said Joe Burrow played great because he really didn't. Patrick Mahomes did. He might have been on one foot, one leg, whatever you want to say. Couldn't run the ball for their life. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm thinking of like the Super Bowl match already. I'm not going to go into it. I will give like a little hint of what my Super Bowl prediction is, but at the end of this video. But Isaiah Pacheco could not run the ball. Patrick Mahomes and nobody else could either. Like there was virtually no running game. It was Marcus Valdes-Scantling, 6 for 116, a big touchdown. Travis Kelce, obviously. Isaiah Pacheco did it out of the backfield, and that's all you needed to see. Jalen Watson and Joshua Williams with an interception. Really just turning the ball over was the biggest thing, and the Chiefs still almost lost. Like, they were close. Obviously, the biggest play of the game was Joseph Osai um, pushing Patrick Mahomes out of bounds when he was already out of bounds. That set up a much easier field goal for Harrison Butker. He knocked it through. If that penalty doesn't happen, Butker probably still tries his field goal, but it more than likely does not even get there because it's probably a 60-yard field goal. They go to overtime, and who knows what would have happened in overtime. So, just unfortunate for the Bengals. I think the Chiefs did play better, though. I don't think the Bengals played good enough to win this game. Didn't run the ball well, and Burrow, although he did have decent passing numbers, you know, 2 interceptions hurts, and Mahomes just not turning the ball over. I mean, that's kind of what I think led to that. So that's kind of my take on the AFC and NFC championship games. Super Bowl wise, I mean, I'm not going to give my prediction here, but the Eagles are very good at running the football and not as good throwing the ball. And Kansas City is the opposite. They can't run the ball for their life, and they're a much better throwing team. So Patrick Mahomes is going to have to be on his game throwing the ball because the Eagles defense is legit, like they're a real defense. And then on the other side, the Eagles are going to have to make plays. Jalen Hurts is going to have to make plays for the Eagles to win. I said while I was watching the game with my family, I'm like, Jalen Hurts cannot play like this in the Super Bowl. He's not going to win the Super Bowl playing like that. So unless Jalen Hurts can make some plays and play like he did earlier in the year where he actually threw the ball very effectively, Kansas City is going to win the Super Bowl. But I'll make my official prediction video when I know more about Patrick Mahomes' health and different players' health. That will tell a little bit more of a tale. So that's going to do it for me. I know it's a short video, but I wanted to give you all a little recap. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next Rise Up Sports.